Hello, this is Stefo, and I am a Neos community member as well as a mod developer who mainly focuses on creating mods to help address some issues found in Neos. One such mod that I created is the NMJ import fix, which helped address some of the importing issues of NMJ. In fact, it was used in the CJ New Year's Eve party's drone show, which made that show possible. I am also the mod developer of the mod that helps address the stuck sync bug that I'm sure a lot of you have faced, and I'm sure a lot of you have added the mod to your clients already, and I'm sure you're very happy that all those stuck syncs are finally unstuck, all cleared. I'm very happy with that mod. But in today's video, I'm going to demonstrate my latest mod, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen this photo circling around the servers. I know I've shared this photo in a few places, so I am proud to announce that this mod is ready, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how you will use this mod. So sit back and enjoy the demonstration. Alright, here we go. As you may have noticed in the image, the mod's purpose is to show you your current sync tasks in progress. Right now I have the current screen here, which you can access by clicking on the sync button, which is just this cloud. Here it is, unselected, hovered over, and selected. When you go to the screen for the first time, depending on if you are not currently syncing anything, you'll see this message here saying all records in the process of syncing or waiting to be synced will be listed here. If you look at the top left, you'll notice here that I had a total of one sync occur, as well as a current failed syncs of 0, which is good. We don't want failed syncs. And then to the right here is where you can clear that history. I'll show you how that works in just a moment. One thing to note here is that this mod, most of it isn't localized. You may notice some words or phrases localized, but most of it's still in English, and I want to address that. So if you are willing to help me translate some of the language here, I will greatly appreciate that. Alright, let's get started. I have my dash to the left here because I'm going to demonstrate how this works. Okay, so out here I have laid out some items that I'm going to save to my inventory. So let's get started with this cube here, save here, and then this red print. Also this, as well as that, this, and that. Now let's look at the right, or left rather. You'll see here that now things are starting to sync. And you'll see the progress bar slowly filling up, as well as giving you a status of when the sync, or where in the state that the sync is at. So slowly but surely, it's making its way, and you see here that the top left is still showing status here. Right now this one is stuck for some reason. The cloud might be having an issue, but don't worry. If it fails, it will show it right here, and if it does fail, I get to demonstrate that. But for now, it's still waiting for the cloud. But as you can see here at the left here, you'll notice that the thumbnail image matches what's saved. And oh look, it all saved. So yep, it's saved. It gives you the name of the item as well as the record ID, as well as where it is saved in inventory, depending on the item. You'll see here that I am saving it inside of my temp folder, and I successfully saved all of these items. So if I were to go to my inventory right now, there they are. Same thumbnail, nothing different, just that now I have a status of my syncs. And it'll show on the top left that I had synced a total of 7 times, all successful or not, but so far they have all been successful. Now if I were to click this button on the top right here, clear synced activity, I'll just simply clear all that activity, so I don't have a full list of items in front of me. Now if you like to keep that history, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to clear the history, but it may slow down the screen a little bit, but I haven't noticed any performance issues with that. If there is, feel free to submit an issue and then I will take a look at it, but this performs well with over 200 list items. The progress bar starts to stagger a little bit, but it's not like it's lagging your whole game. So that is a plus. Another cool thing about this mod is, as you know, when you send a voice message to someone via contacts, that voice message gets synced to the cloud. So, as a demonstration, let's go send a voice message to Neos. Hello, I'm just filming something right now. As you see here, if we go back here, it is now sending my voice message, and all voice messages will have this music note here to designate that it is a voice message. And as you notice here at the path, it just says audio, and that's just basically the record type. And same thing, click that and boom, it clears out. Another cool thing about this mod is that you can see the sync process occurring when you save a world. So let's go ahead and save a copy of this world. So I'm going to click on save copy, normal dialog of course, and save to the inventory. And upon doing so, it is now saving. Let's go ahead and look at the sync mod. You notice here that it is currently syncing the world. With worlds that are saved differently, as similar to the voice messages, it'll just say a world, and that's where it's saved. It's saved just basically, it's just tied to you. And after just doing all this stuff, it will then save that world orb into your inventory. So let's wait and see how long this will take. I might speed up the video depending how long it will take us. Worlds typically take some time, and I am filming this on a Friday, so I might actually get the sync error. Who knows? But it seems like it's not having any issues just yet. So again, once this is saved, it'll then proceed to save the world orb. As you see the image, this is a 360 photo of the world, and this is of course the orb. And it looks like we have successfully sync this back to the cloud. And if you look into my inventory here it is, a copy of the world. Now I'm going to demonstrate how it looks when you save a folder. So I'm going to press the plus button as usual to create a new folder, and when I do that, it will start to sync to the cloud. When I go to the sync screen, you'll notice that it is syncing and the folder is represented by the vanilla envelope. It may look like it is a shared folder, but it's not. Alright, so the next thing to demonstrate is what happens when you encounter a sync error, such as a conflict or the infamous too many requests one. So the way that happens is, of course, you'll still have the same old message up here. Instead of saying check the logs at the end, it'll just say sync error or whatever it is in your localization. In addition to that, you'll also see here that the sync button is flashing red to indicate that there is a sync error. So why don't we click on here and see what we have. So you notice here we have 3 conflicts here. My total syncs at the moment is 3, and the current failed syncs is 3. So as normal, the other mod, the regular JWorks Neos Fix Frickin' Sync mod will still play through. So I'll demonstrate that real quick. I'll just save a box somewhere. If I go to my inventory here, so let's go there and save the box. You can see here that it still progresses normally because of the other mod. So you now see the totals at 4. So now when a conflict occurs, you'll get 3 options here to your right. So you have your 2 standard options that Neos already has, which is the delete unsynced as well as force sync. And there is an additional 3rd option which will keep both. So we'll keep both the original and the sync one in your inventory. So I'll be demonstrating all 3 of these actions. So for this first one, let's do the delete unsynced. Now it'll give me a confirmation if I want to do it. So let's go ahead and do that. And you'll notice here that the sync test was removed. It goes in this yellow-orange color here. I want to keep the activity here so that it isn't just disappears. So we have that there. And also for this one, we'll do a force sync, and once I do that, it'll just simply start the process again, and now it's synced. Now the third option, as I mentioned, is to keep both. So what will happen is it will make a copy of the failed sync. Basically, it'll have a new record, and I'll demonstrate that there. So keep both. So it keeps the original here. So discard the sync task process, makes a copy of it, and it'll sync right here. As you can see, these are basically the two not same items, so it'll be different here technically, but you'll see here that the record ID is different between the two, as well as the name. I attached sync copy just to distinguish the two. And so the one thing to note for these is that when you click any of the three options, your inventory will go automatically to the root of it, and that's because the inventory needs to be refreshed. Unfortunately, this is the only way I can do it. I try my best to figure out a way just to call the method to just refresh so that you don't have to switch screens. It's annoying if you're 10 folders in, but unfortunately that's the only way I can do it. If you do know a way how to do that, or if I somehow figure out a way, I'll definitely make that change. But until then, do know it will go to the root. But if I were to go to my personal and to the temp folder here, you'll notice here that my 3 items that had a conflict are here, including the 2 copies here. This is the original, and this is the copy, and of course, this is the, I forget which one I force sync, but either way, you got your 4 here. So that is that. One thing to also note too is that all these are clearable, including the ones that have the sync task removed, so let's clear that out. There we go. Another thing to note is for any other error besides conflict, you'll get 2 options. The first option is, of course, delete the unsync, so you can just delete the unsync. The second option is just to simply retry the sync task, because with a 429 to main request, it just basically fails to load to the cloud for some odd reason. So you can just keep on retrying if you want. And if you're getting fed up with it, you're getting tired of it, you can just press delete unsync. But do note that when you do press delete unsync, it will delete your changes, so keep that in mind. I decided to include this functionality because, well, you'll stay in VR now. You don't have to go out of Neos or quit Neos and put the flags in. Now you can just simply press a button for each individual item instead of it being an all or nothing. And that's all I have to show you. Hope this video was very informative. I know it took a bit to make this mod, but I'm happy with the progress so far, and I think it is ready for release. Before I take my leave though, I want to thank some people. I want to thank CJ, because without them, this mod wouldn't have existed. Same with the sync mod that I built previously. This was due to the fact of the whole cloud being fussy during a Creator Jam, CJ 211 to be specific. So I made this mod out of love. As well as I want to thank the people that helped test it. I'm going to try to remember everyone's name, so if I miss anyone, I greatly apologize, but here we go. Names, of course, Sticks. Sticks really wanted this sort of mod, Neos. Of course, Laser Keats. All the Content Slurps. Stella. Gemini. Poxbox. Spectre Lemon. Storm. As well as Rusio. And of course, I want to thank Medra. Medra also helped test it, as well as Containa and Irix. And I think that is everyone. If I miss anyone, I apologize. I didn't mean to leave you out. There's a lot of names and I don't have the list. But all credit will be on my README as well as on the release. So if I miss anyone, you're gonna be in that list. If I did miss you, thank you so much for helping me test this. Thank you everyone for just building up the hype for this. I think there was hype. I don't know. I know a lot of people found it to be cool, so I hope it's cool. So as far as it being released, all I have to do is just update that README and then boom. One thing to note too is that before you can use this mod, you have to use the newer version of the JWorks Neos Fix Frickin' Sync. There's going to be a 2.0.0 version release along with this, and that is required for this mod to work. So, anyway, that is all I have to say, and I wish you all well. Goodbye. Okay. That's gonna be a one take. Only one take, because it's late.